My friends, welcome to Talk Casual. We're broadcasting live all out in the Outer Rim tonight. To the left of me is the dancing monkey himself, Ian.
Hey, still waiting for my maracas.
Yeah, next
Have you
year.
even got the GIF loaded up so everyone knows why we keep saying maracas?
No,
And why I keep doing this?
that's one thing I should do.
No?
That's on next year's agenda. But
That's on next year's agenda. Okay. Well, yeah, can you get it organised for next year?
Yep.
I know it's so far away.
Yep, we'll do it. And on the right is the Grandmaster of Salt himself, Ariel. All right, Ian, what are we talking about tonight?
Well, we're also going to talk about how you need to get your aerial GIF up as well. So if
No.
you're going to put up my dancing monkey GIF, then you need your aerial GIF.
Yeah.
But tonight we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about, obviously, Mandalorian, and how if you did not cry, then you are a soulless, heartless bastard. And you should, I won't say anything that might guess. Yeah. So we'll talk about that. We're going to do a quick year in review as well. And we'll also be going over I think you've got some giveaways as well, I think, Mars.
Yes, got some giveaways, correct.
Giveaways, prizes. I think you also said there's some news.
Yes.
And then we're also going to be doing some 2021, what we expectations, what's happening, what's going on. And,
yep.
Oh, so much to talk about.
Yep, and
so much to talk about.
And do we have a poison of choice tonight, Ian, or are we keeping that a secret?
We do, actually. I've been sitting on this one for a couple of weeks now. I can't even remember what it was. There we go. So poison of choice tonight is wild turkey bourbon whiskey. So that's the one I'll be getting into. It doesn't have one of those things. Luckily though, my wife is enabling me. She bought me a knife as well for Christmas, so I can actually cut into this bottle. So
safety, kids, remember safety.
Safety. There you go.
There we go. So Ian he's got his poison now. He's going to pour himself a glass of drink now, and now we're going to dive into the first part of the show. We're going to talk about, of course, the last episode
just a small glass.
Just a small glass. We're going to dive into the last episode of season 2 of The Mandalorian, called The Rescue. Okay, again, for those people who have not seen it, go and see it. For love of
What
God.
is wrong with you? Why haven't you seen it?
Yes.
Surely by now everything's been spoiled to you.
Yes.
Unless you're somehow, you must be off YouTube, you must be off Facebook, all social media, Twitter, everything, and otherwise everything's pretty much been spoiled.
Yeah.
So you know what? We're never going to say spoiler warning. It's just, suffer.
Suffer.
Just
all right.
suffer.
All right. So let's go ahead into the episode itself. So we start off with some good, awesome action with the Slave One versus the shuttle there. That was the intense dogfighting happening there. With the shuttle.
Yeah, that was pretty cool at the start.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking the whole time while watching that as well? As Boba's hunting the thing down, where were the rear cannons?
Yeah. Yeah, true.
That's what I was thinking. Where were the cannons? It should have been I'm trying to get this thing on. Yeah, it should have been rear firing cannons to shoot back at Slave One, but nope, obviously the shuttle wasn't equipped with it.
I think the gunner was they're lacking the gunner, I think. They didn't have the gunner.
They're in space. Do they need both pilots? Surely one of those pilots went back and made some shots going back.
Maybe he wasn't qualified to be the gunner. There are 2 pilots.
Well, they're escorting the clone. The shuttle in the shuttle, we should say, is the clone from the first couple of the clone guy from the first couple of
Dr. Pershing.
So, Dr. Pershing, that's his name, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, he was there, and they're obviously escorting him off to, do whatever Gideon wants him to do. You'd think that, maybe I could go back and just go, how hard is to pull a trigger?
Apparently, doctors.
Very hard.
Doctors don't deal with guns.
They don't know how?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Okay, I guess not.
Did you not hear? We're not in the laboratory anymore, Doctor. So that's remember the pilot told him, it's like, we're not in your laboratory here. This is a full on lander class shuttle here. So let us do the piloting. You just shush, So
they did the whole ion cannons too.
Yeah.
So but we need to put on our Slave Ones now whenever we're playing X Wing. The cannon of choice is ion cannon.
Yeah, and of course Terry thought that this was very X Wing starting. Like he felt like playing X Wing 1.0 from this, as he said.
Yeah, he never made the jump to 2.0, but
no.
Yeah, it does. It does make you feel that. It's like like his list. What was he? He used to do
Cath and
Boba Cath and 4 Lambda.
Yeah.
So this was pretty much all nothing but memories for him.
That's it. That's it.
Scene.
Correct.
Yeah. This scene was all your favorite scene, mate. I'm going to let you talk about all this because you loved this.
Oh, I love to see this. This is basically where Boba comes in. Boba irons the shuttle, and of course, Mandalorian comes in with Cara Dune saying we're trying to get Dr. Pershing out, and of course, one of the shuttle pilots shoots the other shuttle pilot. He was trying to comply with what Mando and Cara Dune, but the other one was a full Imperial. This guy wins the best character of this episode. That's it. Rebels are terrorists. Correct. They destroyed 2 Death Stars and blew up millions of loyal Imperial loyalists, legitimate government workers and employees. How could they? And they blew up one terrorist planet. So this guy wins. This guy is my favorite character. So he wins. He wins. That's it. I don't care what else that happens in the episode. He wins it. He wins it
for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll let you have that for a little bit.
It was a bit disappointing. The Cara Dune shot her. That's of course what
straight in the face.
That's what
that was. That's
great. What terrorists.
That
do.
was a wonderful shot. Straight in the face.
That's what terrorists do. They shoot people right in the face. It's just
absolutely
gutless.
What you do to Imperials,
gutless.
Just, straight
absolutely
in the face,
gutless.
Straight in the face.
Gutless.
You can do it right. Do it right if you're gonna do it.
Just.
But
couldn't take
the whole
a couple
scene
words.
was quite. the whole scene was quite funny, really. Like there was that whole, the reason why she's got that, in case people didn't know, the reason why she has that little rebel tattoo teardrop under her eyes.
The Alderaan tear.
The Alderaan tear it is. So that was kind of cool. That whole thing, but he's wrong because that Death Star not only blew up Alderaan, but it also destroyed Jeddah City. It also
it was a mining accident. Accident.
It was a mining accident. Okay. Well, what destroyed the Scarif base then?
A mining accident.
The mine.
It was another mining accident.
Funny, actually, there's a plot hole in there for you. Like, what did they class what happened to Scarif as? They say, the rebels destroyed it.
Well,
like, they didn't want to say the rebels destroyed it and give them a victory.
No, that was a secret facility, Imperial facility. So normal people would have known about Scarif.
Okay. They wouldn't have known about that.
Jeddah was like a city. So Scarif was a base. So of course they kept it on quiet. So
okay. Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking. Was he on both, says Sam. I presume he was, and he got very lucky, that shuttle pilot, where he I
don't think he would have been on the second. I think he would have. He was obviously. He said he was on the first. I don't think he was on the second. If he was on the second, he probably wouldn't have made it. It's just, who knows? He could have. Who knows? Could have been a shuttle pilot.
He saw the signs and said, "Shit, I've done it before. Let's do it again. Let's get out of here." So he did a Luke Skywalker and just flew out. So maybe. But this guy wins the episode for me. End of story.
Yeah, the true Imperial loyalist.
Correct.
I'm barely even through drinking.
Yeah.
We're just on the speed.
But anyways.
Oh, what is it? That's my second glass so far, is it?
Yeah. So they.
I'm actually not enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying the honey whiskey, actually.
Oh well. All right. So they capture Dr. Pershing, and then they come up with the plan and the briefing of getting into Moff Gideon's. Oh no, actually that's before that. They go to get Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
Bo-Katan and her sidekick.
Yeah.
Because sidekicks are pretty important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they go to. Do they name the planet?
No, they don't name the planet. I forgot to put pictures of that one. I knew I forgot something. I had like hundreds of pictures for the episode itself.
It's not that picture.
I forgot about the Bo-Katan pickup. But of course they land, and of course you see the Gauntlet fighter in the background. That was a very nice touch. First live action appearance of the Gauntlet fighter.
That was really nice.
Yeah. And of course they go into a bar. It's always a bar. It's never like a library or something like that, It's just...
Well, they're all, you would call them all the scum and villainy and the truth. That's why they're going to hang out in the library. Naturally going to hang out at a bar or cantina.
Yeah, fair enough.
Something like that.
Where's the music?
Everyone loves a good cantina scene.
Yeah. There was no music though, so I was a bit disappointed with that, but that's all right.
It is interesting though that he knew where to find her as well. Like, again, plot holes, but whatever. We ignore that stuff.
Maybe she had remember, say, if you need me, here's my calling card type scenario, here's my tracking fob or something like that. Maybe
Yeah, I suppose so.
So I think he had a way of contacting her because he wanted Mando to join up and join the resistance for Mandalore. So I presume that's what she's got. Maybe that happened there. Backstory. Plot hole. Let's not talk about it. They find each other. Of course, they find out that Boba Fett is there. And they're not very happy with Boba Fett because, of course, he...
Yeah, she says she's heard his voice. You know what to say? This armor belonged to my father. And she says, don't you mean your donor?
Yeah.
Your donor? So, yeah, that was a pretty good call
so
there.
It's like, basically... Yeah. And then, of course, the whole big fight of is Boba Fett a Mandalorian came out on the on the screen itself. So Bo-Katan calling him, you're not a real Mandalore, rah, rah, rah. And, of course...
Never said I was.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh, that was his line, wasn't it? Never said I was.
Never said I was. I've heard your voice 1,000 times. I'm like, yeah. So it was a really good fight. Just a little fight scene there in the bar. Of course, it's got to be a bar scene. But and of course the other girl is actually a WWE wrestler, so that's why she does all those moves.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is that why she's good?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how you do it. You want to have fight in a movie or a TV series. Go hire the fighters.
Yeah.
Like they're in WWE, they're already acting anyway.
Yeah. And they're very breakable table. They're like breaking tables at that bar, as you can tell.
Oh, of course.
So they have.
It's funny though, because what I find funny about that fight as well is that even though Boba's not a Mandalorian, and they fight, Bo-Katan says, if we had shown that much spine, the Empire, if we had have all shown that much spine, the Empire wouldn't have taken over Mandalore.
Yeah.
And it almost seems like she's almost talking to Boba, including Boba in that as well.
Well,
it's kind of interesting that I thought.
Didn't Django said didn't Boba said that his father fought in the Mandalorian Wars in that episode when he got the suit of armor? I think
but that was back before the Imperials took it over because the Imperials were taken over.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
glass, as he says. They would have done that after. Clone Wars.
Yeah, that's right. It's the Separatists. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so there's a whole thing there, which hopefully you find out more in the as things go on. So.
Yep, we'll talk about that later. But good little fight scene there. Of course, everyone goes to let's get together. And I found Moff Gideon's ship. Says the Mandalorian says Pedro Pascal. What's his real name on the thing? Din Djarin. That's it. Din Djarin.
He's Mando. Just call him Mando.
Mando. So
Mando. Hey, Mando.
So they got the kid. Can you help us out? I'll give you the ship. It's like, well, can you help us get us Moff Gideon? It's like, well, that's fine as long as I get the Darksaber. It's like, woman, you can have whatever you want. Just give me the kid.
Yeah, something I want.
Yeah,
something that belongs to me. Something that once belonged to me.
Yeah. So, of course, they agree. They get into the whole planning stage of the rescue, saying where the kid was, where the Dark Troopers are, and how they're going to get into the whole ship itself. So, so they go into Lightspeed, then they come out of Lightspeed, and of course they start shooting. The whole guns are blazing and so forth, and of course
it's quite. So before we get to it's quite interesting how the Doctor just easily complies with them as well. I kind of find it interesting. He says, this is not subterfuge, and he's telling them everything they need to know. It's like he almost knows that they're doing what, like he's being employed to do it again. Is he being employed to clone whatever he's meant to do for Moff Gideon against his will? Like, does he not want to see a return to the Empire? It's kind of interesting that because he just complies so easily, and there's no real.
He's not an Imperial officer. He's just a clone engineer, so he's not part of the whole Imperial military. But he's just
but he technically is being employed by him, so it makes you wonder: is he employed by him, or is he that? Because you look at the clones who are in that facility they out on Navarro.
Yeah.
Like they were there shooting up the things, making sure no one could track anything or find out what they're doing.
Yeah.
And here he is, just sitting there saying, "Yeah, no worries. I'll tell you what's there. Here's the Dark Troopers. Yeah, you might have time to get there to stop them." And it's quite. His character's interesting. I wouldn't mind finding out more of him.
Yeah, I feel like that. I was gonna basically chat about the next season coming up and what think that should be coming along, but as I said, definitely want to find more of the backstory with him and what they're doing with the clones, and I think that's what's going to happen in season 3. I'd say.
Oh yeah.
I'd say so.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. But
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of Star Wars coming, so who knows where he'll pop up next.
Correct.
Yeah,
So,
he could pop up in Rangers for all we know.
So they come out at light speed. They start shooting. You know, of course, I love the talk with Bo-Katan and Boba Fett. It's like, don't worry, princess, I'll put a good show for you.
I'll put on a good show. Make sure those shields are up. I'll put on a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, and there was a great meme of that. I'll get to that later.
Right.
But yeah, it's really interesting. I think for what happens later, I was always thought, no, it's strange that Boba would stay on the ship. I thought they'd probably need him in the assault, but yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, another thing too.
I think that, but it's not.
I've seen the other meme where I'll talk about another meme as well. I think probably the same.
Yeah,
meme as
there's
well.
a really. It's probably the same meme. We're probably thinking, I want to talk
one
about
going
that.
and one leaving.
Yeah, one going, one leaving.
Yeah. Correct. All right.
Yeah,
so,
that
of
was
course,
good.
This is really good. I like the scene where they came in and that shows the actual Architans deploying ties. That was really interesting to see how they deploy ties.
Yeah, I know. Because we saw in Rebels that they dropped dropped defenders at the front of an Architan. But you didn't actually see that they had a whole hangar bay where they could literally launch TIE fighters out of there.
In Rebels they didn't have that hangar at the front. They just docked them on the actual slits of the Architans. But this one had like a launch bay at the front, and it was really.
Well, maybe this one it could have been a modified one or something.
Yeah, that's.
But even still, they even had the I think they even showed in Rebels that the shuttles that they used in Rebels, while not the lander shuttle, they actually literally docked into the front of it. They didn't actually go inside of it where the lander shuttle does.
Yeah.
So
And
quite interesting that. So
it was really good to hear the lander that sound that lander shuttle does. One of my favorite ships in Star Wars is that lander shuttle sound. Really good sound, really good action scene that the TIE's just coming out and then just circling back, and really good. And of course, Moff Gideon's up. Like he knows something's up, and said, "Nah, let's not let them in. Let's just deploy the TIEs." And then of course, Bo-Katan's like, "Bugger this! I'm going straight in." And they're like, "No, stop!"
Well, no, they still think it's friendly, but he's probably starting to suspect there's something.
Because
shortly after they do crash land in there, he's like, "Activate the Dark Troopers."
I think he knows.
So
I think he already knows.
Hesitate.
I think
he's probably heavily suspecting.
Yeah. Like because he's very, he knows. I know this. I know that. We'll get to that episode. That part.
We'll get to that line later.
Yeah, he knows a lot. Basically, Cara Dune says he knows a lot of information. And being an ISB agent, you just kind of got something in your back and said that this isn't right. That I remember. Who's this woman on here? On the shuttle. Not being sexist here, but there could be female drivers as well. But he's like, hang on, this isn't the right people that I sent to get Dr. Pershing. Maybe, I don't know. You never know. So
who knows? But yeah, it doesn't take him long to realize he needs to activate those Dark Troopers. Well, I think they're already shooting and everything. Yeah, they're already in the hangar bay shooting before they even tells them to organize Dark Troopers.
Yeah.
And, how good is that? What do they say? They want to have female empowerment scenes. That's the one to do it. Like you look at those, all four of those.
I've got the picture up right now.
Them.
Yeah.
Got that picture up?
Yeah. Them coming out of the shuttle
honestly can't tell me that does not look legitimate.
Yeah.
You can imagine those four literally going through it.
I love that.
Not like some of the force, like Milan was.
Yeah.
Not like some of that force. But that was pretty awesome.
Sam's brought up a really good, interesting here. Tube loyalty TIE fighters, Starbuck. Very Battlestar Galactica, yeah.
Yeah, very, very,
Red-Eye robots try to kill them all. Yeah.
Launching TIE fighter, Starbuck, red-eyed robots trying to kill humans. Very Battlestar. Yeah, hey, you know what? Battlestar Galactica was awesome. So hey, if it works.
Hey, it's very, very missive, but very good observation, Sam. Though I have one little downside with this actual scene itself. If you actually watch it, there is a TIE fighter pilot putting his hands up, surrendering, and what do? They shoot him. He was surrendering.
Oh yeah.
He was surrendering. He said, "I surrender," and what do? They shoot him. It's just very terrorist.
Mandalorians don't take prisoners.
Very terrorists. Absolutely. They don't conform to the laws of war. They just, "I surrender," bang, see you later. Very disgusting.
And the good Imperials are dead Imperial Mars.
No. Very, very inhumane, dirty terrorists. Dirty terrorists. That's all I
Naturally,
can
you'd say that.
He's a TIE pilot.
But,
He's not. I'm not in my battle thing. I can't do anything. Yeah, I surrender.
Yeah, but it's
Bang!
not like they got time. Not like they got time to be able to, lock him up or guard him or anything like that. So they pretty much have to shoot him.
Animals. Just
Yeah, no,
animals.
they have to shoot him.
Just
shoot him.
animals.
He made his choice. He joined. So it's his fault. So, yeah, but anyway, moving on from that, the girls are running through, causing chaos, and they're pretty much a distraction for Din Djarin. Sneaks out the shuttle now, and his mission is to try and hurry up and get to the cold storage facility, cold storage bay where the Dark Trooper is being housed.
Yeah.
Apparently, it takes them a few minutes to boot up.
Yeah.
So it's almost like they're running Windows 95 or something. Their system that's not like a simple on switch.
Very sophisticated droids here. It's not like
very sophisticated droids.
It's not like the battle droids where they go. Yeah.
I suppose battle droids just take a bit of time as well. They had to unfold and turn around and everything, I guess.
That's it.
But so he has to hurry up and get them, insert the code cylinder, lock the door off, and the girl, while he's doing that, he's sneaking about and not taking out any stormtroopers to attract his attention, while the girls just keep on powering through.
Yeah. That is. Again, I like the bit when they're just that bottom hanger bit where the Bo-Katan and the other girl just come from the side.
Oh yeah, they use their jetpacks, go to the side, and then come back up again.
Yeah, that was fun. That was really good.
How great's the music though for the Dark Troopers they're activating? Like you just see them activating, like the whole the things coming off, they're slowly moving in unison, all stepping out into ranks and drawing their guns like that whole.
Yeah, that was really
cool,
it was really good, and the techno music kind of
it was
very robotic. Cool. Of course, Din gets up to the console just in time to almost close it, but one gets through, and then he gets into a massive fight with this Dark Trooper, and what a massive fight it was. He shoots at it, doesn't he blasts its bolts, doesn't do anything. He shoots his hummingbirds, doesn't do nothing. Whistling birds.
Whistling birds, is it?
Something
whistling birds.
Yep.
Yeah. He does that. He does the flamethrower. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
I like it when he's pinned against the wall and they're punching him in the helmet. And do you see the helmet start to sink into the wall? Like, how strong is Beskar, Like, I was almost expecting a crack to show in his glass on the helmet. But, it did well. It held up well, though.
It must have, like, shock absorbers, too, because your brain would be scrambled after that, I'd say.
Well, technically, I suppose so. But at the same time, it's like... Yeah, it's the helmet that he's hitting the helmet and it's going all the way around. So maybe Beskar does absorb a lot of impact too.
It must because it's if someone started whacking like that to some, I thought.
I know. And you see later on what those fists can do to doors and stuff. And I'm just watching it now and I'm thinking, holy crap!
Yeah,
it's just you get a headache from that. You see him breaking through that Durasteel glass or whatever it is on the thing, and it's just crazy. The flamethrower doing nothing. Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah,
it was absolutely crazy. But he ends up by besting it. He manages to get a hold of the spear and jams the Beskar spear Beskar's spear into the neck, and it's just like, oh, cool. It's not completely indestructible.
No.
It's amazing how laser fire doesn't do anything to him. He keeps shooting him with his pistol, but nothing.
Well, they did say that maybe they were made out of Beskar steel, the actual armor of the.
Well, we get proof of that later on that it's not. So a lot of people had that theory.
Yeah, but of course it isn't. But
that gets proven wrong later on. We won't
does,
jump to that just yet.
But it's something strong. Well, it would be something stronger than Stormtrooper armor, that's for sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure Cardboard is stronger than Stormtrooper armor. But anyway, he manages to blow the Dark Troopers out into space before they can really do anything. So, gets rid of them for now. And then we flick back. Oh, and I love this bit. The whole elevator heading up to take out the bridge, the girls.
Yeah.
And Karyoon can't get a rifle to work. She's like, son of all the cursing she does there. Son of a mud scuffler. Dang, Ferric. It's hilarious. Then she just bangs the thing on the ground. You hear it power up, and then they're good to go.
That's the perfect way to fix anything just hit it. Anything.
Yep, just hit it. And they storm the bridge. They shoot everybody there. Execute all the Imperial basic demand to subjugate the galaxy. I'm sure you'd say, "Oh no, they're there to freedom." No, they're there to subjugate them.
They're the legitimate government that was installed by legitimate reasons.
They were, but nobody wants them anymore.
No, a certain portion of people didn't like it, these terrorists. But let's not go into there. Let's talk about the Mandalorian.
No,
I've got more to talk about that later. Anyway.
Okay. Well, yes, you see Mando makes it to Baby Yoda's cell, and who just happens to be inside Baby Yoda's cell?
Moff Gideon, of course, because Moff
with the Darksaber too.
Yeah,
holding it over the top of Baby Yoda.
Yeah, that was awesome. Like, I love how like Bo-Katar's like, "Where's Moff Gideon?" Of course, I'm like, "Duh, where would he be?"
That's what he be.
Yeah,
with the child.
That's it. And I got to admit, the character, I can't remember his actual name, the guy, but I know he's from Breaking Bad. I haven't seen Breaking Bad, so don't judge me on it.
I've seen a lot of other things this guy's in, and my God, this guy knows how to play a villain.
Yeah.
You want a villain, you get this guy.
Yeah.
He just has that ability to be a good villain, and he just always he really plays it well.
Oh, I love
arrogant villain who knows everything.
I want to get the pop and put him next to Krennic as well. So he's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not good as Krennic, but he's on par. So I like him. And I hope.
I think he's good as Krennic. I think he's better than Krennic.
Nah. Krennic is awesome. Krennic is just
this guy. Nah, Krennic whines like a baby. Yeah, it's my achievement, not yours. Blah blah blah. Well, this guy's like, I know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna make you suffer.
Nah, Krennic. Well, that's it. That's an Imperial officer whining. That's what he does. So that's why I love Krennic. He said, "It's my achievement, not yours." And he basically developed the Death Star. What has this guy done? I've got the lightsaber, Darksaber. Ooh.
Yep.
And what have I done with the child? We don't know yet. So that's one thing I really want in Series 3. I want him back. He has to escape. He has to go and come back as Moff Gideon. I cannot. Yep. I feel like he's going to be imprisoned for a while. But something has to happen where something
happens. Yeah. Breaks out.
I would say he breaks out, but I'd say something.
Or maybe they do a whole thing where they needed Bill Burr's character, and they had to go and pull him out because they needed his help.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised they do a whole thing like that again, where they need Gideon's help and they go and pull him out. So that'd be interesting.
Yeah, but
it'd be interesting if they do a situation like that.
I just feel like that putting him away. And not make him like I don't know if he'll be the main bad guy in season 3, but he needs to be the bad guy. I think that he's done Moff Gideon, the character the guy's built is done perfectly. So
he is really, yeah.
I heard that quote from the daughter saying, "Don't hurt the baby." It's like, I'm gonna squash him like a bug.
Oh, he was great. Yeah, I loved that.
Yeah.
After the episode where he kidnaps the baby, his own kids text him and say, "Daddy, please don't hurt the baby. Don't hurt baby." And he said he was gonna he was gonna squash that green little bugger.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's great. I love that guy. He's good. Everything I've seen him in, he's great.
Yeah.
He's one of those great guys, It's just it's awesome.
So
they have a bit of words there and that, and they
give it the ultimatum.
Give me the ultimatum, yeah. You take the child. You take the child. You let me go free. We go our separate, and you get off my ship and go our separate ways and that. And said, okay, this could be interesting. But you just know as soon as he says it, and as soon as he turns his back to him, Moff Gideon's going to bring out that saber and he's going to attack him. It's not going to be that simple.
No. Of course not.
He says that he just wanted to study the child's blood. It's got properties or something like that, which we assume is the medical, which he needs for something.
Yeah. Yeah. So and then of course that awesome fight scene comes out with the Beskar.
The lightsaber only seems to be able to hit Beskar.
Yeah.
Can't hit the parts that aren't covered by Beskar.
Yeah.
But before he's able to, then you see the whole Beskar. The lightsaber, and you just see like that whole when the lightsaber's on the spear pressing down, you see the Beskar starting to turn red as well, like it's absorbing all that. Then it cools instantly once the lightsaber disappears. It was pretty cool, really.
Yeah,
and
it was a really decent fight scene. Of course, it wasn't Jedi, but it was decent. Like it was just all right. Moff Gideon's not the trained kind of fighter, but he knows how to wield it, and of course, the Mando knows how to do arm-to-arm combat. So it's really kind of interesting kind of battles, happening there. Like battle styles. There you go, that's what I was trying to say.
Battle styles, that's the word you're trying to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
But really interesting.
Yeah, pretty cool. Just hearing the sound when it hits the Beskar goes all like ting, ting, ting. You see, like I'm just watching it now, and like seeing he's using his wrist guards to deflect it, and it doesn't do any damage to the to his launchers and that sort of stuff in there as well. So it's pretty great. Like when he was fought against Ahsoka, that brief period, like her lightsabers whack his all his launch stuff, but they don't do anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of crazy, but yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, but obviously he bests him, and then they make their way to the bridge, and interesting things happen there.
I love how he goes, "Oh, you're keeping me alive. This is gonna be interesting." I'm like,
"This is gonna be interesting." Yeah, I know.
Just the lines he comes up with.
This will be good, or was that this will be good, or was it this will be interesting?
Yeah, and then of course.
Yeah, what do you say?
I can't remember. This will be interesting.
I'm just going to play it now. You're sparing my life.
Yeah.
Oh, this should be interesting.
This will be interesting.
Yeah. This should be interesting. Yeah. And that's where they go up the bridge. Bo-Katan's sitting there. For some reason, she didn't go searching for him around the ship. So it's like, was she watching on the?
I feel like
screen or something. I don't know.
I feel like she wanted to secure the ship before going and have a look, because you think about it, nothing escaped from the ship. Like, no shuttles, no escape pods. So she's going, well, he's got to be here somewhere. Let's secure the controls. Let's make sure the bridge is secure. I presume they had to do some kind of, transfer. And maybe it was instantaneous, where he goes, "Where's Moff Gideon?" And it happened in between. Like, there's a couple of seconds.
That's the trouble, really. It's that whole timeline. You never really know. Like, they flick back and forth, but you never really know what the time difference is between the two, do you?
Yeah,
never really know.
So you could have said, "Where's Moff Gideon?" And then a minute or so comes, and then he comes in like that.
And when he does enter, though, when he enters and he's got the saber, ignited, he's walking with the dark saber in his hand, Moff Gideon in front of him, and you just see Bo-Katan's face, and you can tell she's pissed.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? Going to say he's supposed to surrender to me. That was the deal. What happened?
Yeah.
Then Din Djarin doesn't really seem to worry. He's got Baby Yoda back, and then Cara Dune comes up and is like, "Oh, I killed a baby." Rubs his ears. They're all happy. Everything's great. And then that whole thing about was it? Well, you may as well. Are you going to kill him now and take it now?
Yeah.
There's this whole scene now with the whole the dark saber and everything.
Yes, you own the dark saber now. You are the ruler of Mandalore.
You have the most legitimate throne.
Yeah.
It's funny. It belongs to you, he says.
Yeah.
Then Din Djarin says, "Well, now it belongs to her." And he's laughing, saying, "That's not how it works." And she doesn't accept it, and she's looking at him thinking, "Oh, I want it, but to get it, I have to fight him and kill him to get it." And you can tell and I'm just looking at the scene now, and she's even got her hands. She actually has her hands right next to her blasters as well, as if she's she's considering pulling them out right now, because she wants the Darksaber to rule Mandalore, to unite Mandalorians. And, and you can just see that she's got that struggle in her, and Katie Sackhoff really pulls it off as well.
Absolutely, she's a good actor. Now everyone's always the big questions everyone's asked is like, "Oh, hang on a second, didn't Sabine Wren hand you the Darksaber in Rebels?" So everyone's going, "Well, why can't she take it now?" I feel like that.
Well, I think there was that whole thing that because you don't know what happens between that and then everything else.
I feel like she was given.
The theory is,
I feel like she was given heat for saying, "Well, you didn't win it; you got given it to it." So
that's one of the theory.
Yeah,
she didn't have a legitimate claim back then and couldn't keep Mandalore united because she didn't win it in combat, because Sabine gave it to her to rule Mandalore because she believed that she was the right one to have it.
Imagine if she did it again, and they're like, "Well."
Was just given it again, and it's like she didn't win it in combat like Sabine did. Sabine won it in combat.
Yeah.
She found it, but then she also won it from Gar Saxon as well.
Correct, yeah.
Sabine realistically.
So I think there's a bit of I think there's a bit of backlash of, well, you didn't win it, you got given it to it. So imagine she got it again, just as a gift. I'm like, people won't legitimize her as the true ruler of Mandalore unless she wins it in combat.
And you just see Din Djarin, like, he doesn't really have any interest in it. And, like, when Moff Gideon points out that, oh, no, it's not the blade, it's the story that matters, not the blade. And, he has to win it. She has to win it.
See, what I would have done, I would have gotten, like, a stormtrooper and saying, "You are dark someone. Hold the lightsaber. Pew, pew, you're dead. You won."
Worked,
yeah, I know.
It's not the story. Like, he has.
Well, he can
has
make
the
a story.
He
You
defeated
can pick him up and go,
Fear,
I am the ruler of Mandalore. You know, make a story up, you know?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
No, I can't make it a
Yeah,
comedy, but anyways.
I know. But yeah, it's interesting though. Yeah, would it be even worse if something else didn't happen? I'll talk about that
I'll
later.
just give it back to Moff Gideon and say, defeat him now.
Yeah, exactly. Here you go. But still, it's not the same though. That's the thing. It's not the same. It's setting up the thing. She even needs to kill him now and just take it from him because he's the rightful owner of it, or she needs to.
Of course they can't kill Moff Gideon because Kara wants him.
Yeah,
alive.
Kara wants him because he's very valuable to the New Republic.
Correct. So
yeah, it's a situation. So, but before any of this can truly be resolved as to which way it's going to go, guess who comes back?
Oh man! Now, I've got to. First things first. When that X-Wing came in, the first. What?
No, they get interrupted. What interrupts
them? Oh, the Dark Troopers. Yes, sorry.
Dark Troopers. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I forgive me. I'm going too fast. But
I know you're too excited about what happens next. It's so after the whole.
It's like we're being boarded. It's like how many
being boarded? There are no life signs, so the Dark Troopers are coming back, and but enforced, do they? It's
I love it says none, and I'm like, yeah, that's the Dark Troopers, and I knew they were going to come back. It was just like,
oh, you knew it was going to happen. You just knew.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't a surprise to anybody. It's obviously, but I forgot. There's that line too. When they're coming in, they hear the alarms going off, and there's that whole tense moment about is she going to fight him for the Darksaber? Isn't she? They come off. The Dark Troopers are returning, and then Moff Gideon has the greatest line there. Perhaps you'll get another crack at it.
Just
it's just oh god, that was hilarious. I was just like trying to work out he's going to fight now. No, I said, oh, perhaps you'll get another crack at it.
Yeah, that was
the Dark Troopers are going to come in. Maybe the Dark Troopers will kill him, and she'll have to pick it up, and then she'll have to fight the Dark Troopers herself with the Darksaber. It's interesting. Yeah, it's real interesting.
Yeah, I loved it. So. Yeah, that was that. He just again, Moff Gideon, the guy who plays it, Despito. I can't remember his name, but just absolutely beautiful. Just the action that he does. So.
Oh, he does. Yeah. And then got that techno music coming in again. The stormtroopers they're taking. They're not just all heading to the bridge either.
Yeah.
That's the Dark Troopers. Sorry, they're not all heading to the bridge. That's the thing I love about it is that they're taking up positions around the ship to secure it as well. Trying to they know that it's like the Dark Troopers know that a small group of them can take over the bridge and kill who's there. They don't have to worry about sending everyone up to deal with the intruders.
They secure everything. They let's go and do secure this area.
Do they have like some type of networked brain or something?
I believe so because I'll talk about that later, but when the next scene comes on, because I feel like they do. Like one will feel a presence of danger, and then it'll go through a whole network of them. And I think like almost like a Borg collective kind of.
Yeah, it's a networking thing. But it's interesting that they make their way a small group of them make their way up to the top there, probably a squadron or something.
Yeah.
Make their way up towards the bridge, and then you just see them like just tense. They put their guns away, and then they just start pounding. And you just see them like you see them start to put dints in through the blast doors as well.
Yeah,
bloody crazy.
Yeah. Now, if you do watch the making of a Mandalorian, it came out I think it came out on Christmas Day. It actually is people in actual it's actual live people there. It's actually people in the suit. Apart from
they got them to move pretty good then, didn't they?
Yeah. Apart from the arms. With the joints and that's all CGI, but the body and the face,
it was.
Yeah, it's that's all people there. So
I'm not surprised in the least.
Yeah. So I love how they start pounding, bang, bang, bang. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and Moff Gideon's like, soon it'll just be me. You'll all be dead. It's me and the child. You're gonna impressive fight here, and you just see them like they're all like, oh shit.
I love this. Like it's like, well, I saw that you had some problem with just a single Dark Trooper. Imagine a whole battalion of them.
You know what we'll get to a bit later. Yeah.
Okay. You got a really good fire stance there.
But soon, everyone in this room will be dead, except for me and a child.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And then, then they've got that whole tense moment. They're all sitting there, Like, it's still going to take them a while to punch through, but I just love the way how they got that. They just sit there, gun standing, waiting for him to come through. Even though they're punching, it's still going to be a while before they get through.
Yeah.
It's that whole tense moment.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you hear a beep, 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 beep. I said, ship coming in, 1 X Wing.
Yeah.
1 X Wing. Now, who do you think was in that X Wing, Mars?
See, that's where I was. That's where I kind of. This is where I was trying to lead up to. That's where I got confused. Where it shows the X Wing, and first thing I looked was at the wings.
See, I didn't go for those sort of details.
See, I go straight to the details first. That's how I got the.
You do? Yep.
I go for the 7 fleet symbol. The first thing I looked was at the wings, and I wanted to see 5 markings on it, being red 5. Of course, it had no markings, and I'm like, well, it's not Luke's X-Wing. That's why I first thought. Because, of course, in the other films, it's Luke's X-Wing because it has the 5 markings. Even in the newer movies, it's the 5 markings on it. It's Luke's X-Wing.
And this one didn't have it.
Yeah, that's what got me at the start. I'm like, hang on, maybe it's not Luke. But then once you
I thought it was. I honestly thought, being that those 2 X-Wing pilots, one Dave Filoni and the other guy.
Yeah.
Turns out he's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Apparently he's a YouTuber.
He's in a Canadian comedy show called Corner Gas or something. Some convenience store. Yeah. Some convenience store one. I can't remember. I do apologize.
Yeah.
But he's a very big, massive Star Wars YouTuber and cosplayer.
Something like that. Yeah. I think it was. Yeah. I get him into it. Yeah. But I honestly, at first, I thought that my first thought was that it was probably him, and he's probably the like some type of advanced fight, and there's rebel troops or something like that are going to come help save the day or something like that. Something he's just showing up first, like he's the head leader of the party that's going to come help him. And we've got to say, Cara Dune, 1 X-Wing, great, we're saved.
Yeah.
We're saved. And it's just like, you just feel it. And part of me was almost like, when I saw an X-Wing and I thought, more than likely it's him. There is no way I'm thinking it's Luke Skywalker. I thought to myself, no, they couldn't do it. No way could they possibly do it.
Yeah.
It's just between that and that. And then once the X-Wing lands, like they're saying, please identify yourself, not saying anything over the comm. And then as soon as it flicks to Baby Yoda and you see he's
that's when you go, hang on.
That's when you knew. That's
when you knew. Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You just that's when I figured out. I'm like, hang on, that.
Oh
God. Hi, Josh.
I'm like, no.
Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for tuning in, Josh, and Merry Christmas to you. So that's from Joshua Harris, not Joshua Brown, before you ask.
Josh Harris. Hey, Josh.
Welcome. Anyways,
welcome.
Yeah, so, of course, Luke comes in and just massacres my poor boys. I'm just like, this is my, again, a gripe for me. Just, I felt like the Godfather from The Godfather. It's like, look what they did to my boy. You know,
how good is that? Like,
it was good.
Lands.
Yeah.
You don't even know that. You don't even see Luke yet. But it's like the Dark Troopers know what's coming.
So that's the thing I'm thinking.
They all stop.
They stop.
Pounding.
There's someone in the hangar. Someone in the hangar. Stop. Turn around. Come and join us. I'm like, okay.
You'd think though, like, why would the ones up on the bridge stop? Like, you think they just keep going? Why would they stop and turn around?
I think they
it's like they must know what the is or something.
Their friends told us, like, we know, protect the bridge, protect Moff Gideon, turn around, don't worry about the bridge. Let's kill this one guy, and then we'll get back to the door.
And then it flicks to Moff Gideon, and then you see his face. You can be like, he knows who's in that X-Wing.
Yeah,
he knows. And then you see the flick of the screen on the monitor, and you see a figure.
See, that's why I think they should have kept it in that black and white. I think they gave it too much away with the green lightsaber going into it. They should have just kept it to black and white until the doors open. But
no, I don't think it was, because you just wanted to know. You knew, and it was like, I was happy. I would have been annoyed actually if they left it in the black and white the whole time. I'm glad they went for it and done the whole you
Artistically,
wanted to see
you
it.
should have done that way, but again, yeah, I agree, totally agree. But
It's what you wanted to see it.
yeah,
You wanted to. This is
yeah.
exact,
Once I
this is
saw the
Luke
green
Skywalker.
lightsaber, that was it. That was case
That was
closed,
it.
100%.
You look at the
Yeah.
and you're like, you're watching the whole thing.
The hand,
music. Oh my god,
Yeah.
the music.
yeah.
How great was the music with this?
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
Just going through it. Oh.
Mint, Ludwig,
Oh.
you are a genius, my friend. Absolutely, the whole Mandalorian theme, the child music, this Luke music. Oh my god, man! Like you and John Williams. I feel like you gave birth to you, honestly. But it was absolutely just it was really well done. Just the whole music, the setting, the just the action. The pacing everything was perfect, and it was just.
This was perfection. That whole man, like as soon as Luke lands, it's just you could tell. And then what happens when Moff Gideon's real, he picks up the blast that's on the ground.
Yeah, and starts shooting Bo-Katan.
And then he starts shooting at no, he doesn't shoot Bo-Katan. He shoots the other one, the other Mandalorian.
I thought it was Bo-Katan shooting.
I can't remember her name. No, it was the other one.
Oh, it was the other one? Okay.
Yeah, the other girl he was shooting at.
Yeah.
And then then he tries to kill Baby Yoda because he knows that's what Luke's here for, and he knows he doesn't want Luke to have Baby Yoda. But Mando again jumps in, saves the day. Then then Moff Gideon tries to take the coward's way out and shoots himself.
Not the coward's way out. He wants to save the information inside of him.
It's the coward's way out.
No, he's trying to protect the Empire. Long live the Empire.
Long live the Empire. Okay.
That's it.
I'll let you do that.
Because you know, there's much more than him. That's the thing.
Yep.
He knows more,
Yeah.
and that's what they want. Remember, he's a high value target for the Republic, and he knows way more of what the Empire, the Imperial Remnant / I don't know if part of the First Order, but let's just go with the Imperial Remnant. He's part of the Imperial Remnant. Yep. He has bigger plans. They've got the bigger plans of what they're cloning. So that's like, right, I've got to kill myself to protect what's coming up ahead.
Well, if we look at it this way, if theoretically, the sequel trilogy don't get wiped from existence, like there's a lot of theories out there saying that's possibly going to happen.
Yeah,
that's possibly going to happen, that they might get wiped from existence.
Well, either way,
then him being captured didn't change anything. The First Order still rose. It still blew out the New Republic.
No, that's the thing.
So.
The stuff that Moff Gideon knows about the cloning, the process that he's done in that episode of the what was it when you go into the base? I can't remember that episode. What was it called? The not the stakeout. The the one when they're in Navarro.
We'll get back to Navarro. Yeah, it's the one I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, it's like the 4th episode or something.
Yeah. So there has to be something in that, and he knows way more that and that's what the New Republic wants. That again, what the pilot was saying, that the Empire, the Republic fighter pilot you were talking about, he says something's up in the Outer Rim, the core systems don't believe it, but I know something's up.
Well, actually, you know what? Here's the thing, though. It's not really, because when you think of... it wouldn't be, because this being the Outer Rim has to be completely separate to Palp on Exegol. Again, if this sticks as canon.
I'm not going to into what's going in Exegol, the First Order. I'm talking about the Imperial Remnant and what Moff Gideon is doing with the cloning.
Yeah.
What he's trying to do.
I think whatever he's doing has absolutely nothing to do with Snoke or Palp or Exegol or anything like that. Because after Jakku, theoretically, in the Aftermath trilogy, after Jakku, they all flew off into the unknown regions, which is on the other side of the galaxy from the Outer Rim. Yeah. The Outer Rim's like,
So that was episode 4, chapter 12, the Siege. That's the one.
The Siege.
Yeah,
that's the one. The Siege.
Yeah. So I feel like, not going to the First Order, not to go into Palpatine cloning or anything like that. I feel like this. I'm talking about Imperial Remnant troops, the Imperial Remnant right now. Whatever Moff Gideon is doing, he has a higher detail of knowing what's going on with the cloning, what's going on with those bodies in the the vac tank and what they're trying to do with Baby Yoda. I think there's a bigger story that they're trying to build and hopefully build in episode 3. Maybe got to do something with Mandalore. Again, we'll talk that a bit later on. I want to see in season 3 of the Mandalorian. But
cool.
But
let's move on then. Let's get off that and let's get to basically what everybody's wanted. Everyone, you can't have a decent TV series. You can't have a real badass fighter without having their own hallway scene.
Yeah.
Darth Vader had his. That hallway scene in Daredevil was really awesome. Where else has been a great hallway scene? Like this here was a fantastic scene.
Matrix. The
Matrix, the Matrix hallway scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's been a lot of those. There's been a few of those in Matrix, I think, actually.
Yeah, Matrix loves hallway scenes, yes.
Matrix loved hallway scenes. But, it's John Wick got a good hallway scene. I think he has, surely.
Probably.
But John Wick's just an awesome film. But, yeah, anyway. But, yeah, you just see him. He comes through, and you're just looking at that, and I'm thinking, man, this is just like when Vader cut through all those rebels in...
Vader was better. Vader was better.
You know what? I'd almost say Vader's hallway scene probably later. I would say that. But this was still awesome. Just watching Luke...
And that meme, it's like my father before me,
Yeah. Like, I just love the way, like, the last trooper, he just crushes it.
I didn't like it. It's just
I loved it.
Look at the, like I said, look what he's massacring my boy. And another gripe with the Dark Trooper. From what I remember in Legends and so forth, in the actual PC games, they had much better guns. I don't know why they give him laser pistol pop guns like that. They should have some kind of better gun. That's my gripe with him. I understand plot theories.
These are Generation 3, and they only needed it. Who knows?
I feel like they needed much better weaponry on them.
Yeah.
Not everyday pop shooters that humans can use.
It is one of those fun things because you see the. It is a strange evolution choice because the B2 battle droids, they had the inbuilt laser cannons in their arms.
Yeah.
And you saw how powerful those are. They're like, like droid decals or something like that. But it's just interesting how these ones here, they still use pistols as opposed to having
Yeah. I understand because they need to do their pounding and they need to open things and
I don't think they would. But it's, again, the droid decals were the same. It folded out. It's, they folded their arms into the cannon, but they still had hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised
the super battle droids had their wrist rockets. Where are the wrist rockets?
That too. So if you're going to have battle droids like that, like why would you give them a pistol? Why wouldn't you integrate it into their body?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure militaries around the world are probably researching how to integrate into firearms into these things, but whatever.
Anyways.
Well, they do it in Assassin's Creed, don't they?
Yeah, that's it. The hidden blade. Yes.
Yeah, blade. So you think they do the same thing in that, but I don't know. Artistic choice, I guess. Generation 3, I'm sure in Generation 1 and 2 they'll like that. For some reason, they took it out for the Generation 3. So
I don't know. Anyways, it was much easier for Luke to go through instead of saving some kind of super armor.
I don't think it would have mattered. I think he still would have went through them all. And then
he would have. But I just felt like
he's sitting there at the front of the blast doors, and then flicks to Baby Yoda, just holding the screen. He's looking at Din Djarin, and he's like, this is the Jedi I've been waiting for.
I was waiting him for actually to stick the lightsaber into the door, and then the ghost of the Namorian goes. The Namorian's like, that's impossible again.
It's impossible.
He's still coming through. I was waiting for his ghost.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
No.
But it was pretty cool. He's like, open the door, and everyone's like, "Are you serious?" And I thought Cara Dune might have been more receptive because I thought she might have known. I thought she might have even known Luke because wasn't she? She was on Endor, wasn't she?
I don't know about that one. I have to double check on that.
Because I thought she talked about Endor in that first episode. You see, after Endor, that's when she went her own way. But
yeah, true. Actually, you should have known.
Luke was on there. I don't know. Was she a drop? She was a dropper, but was she on Endor with Luke in that party or not? Or?
For this kind of thing, I say no because she would have recognized Luke because maybe.
But even still, she was a rebel dropper. You'd think she'd still recognize Luke because Luke was pretty well known in the Resistance.
Yeah.
In the Rebellion. She was pretty well known. Yeah. She was well known, so you think she'd be able to recognize
I feel like
General Skywalker.
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe she.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. these terrorist cells just work so secretly. So
Having said that, it was the Mandalorians that were objecting to opening the door, I suppose. So
yeah, she's like,
yeah, he opens up, and then it leads into the whole reveal. You're looking at, it is, and you're just wondering, oh my god, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? And then the door, he says, open the door. He goes and opens the door.
yeah,
And then you see Luke walk in. His lightsaber is lit. He turns it off, flicks it puts it on his belt, flows back the cow, and it's just like, there it is, a de-aged Mark Hamill.
yeah, because that we lost Ian now. Hang on a sec. So yeah, it was good to see him. It is Mark Hamill itself doing the voice. It was a actual same as Rogue One, where they did Princess Leia and Grand Moff Tarkin.
Oh, did I lose you for a minute there?
Yeah, you did. So I was just saying
I lost you.
Yeah, so I was just saying that it is Mark Hamill's voice. They I presume they made his voice a little younger.
It was him. They de-aged him.
No,
that actually was him. The whole scene was him.
It wasn't him. Wasn't the whole body.
Wasn't?
No, it was a body
really?
double. No, it was actually.
Oh, really? I thought it was him.
No, it wasn't him. It was actually a body double, and of course the same thing like they did at Rogue One with Princess Leia and Grand Moff Tarkin. Exact same technology. They just put his voice, his body, his face on there, the digital face, and he used.
Because I thought it was de-aged. That's what I heard. I heard
that
they used
his voice.
Had Mark Hamill.
De-aged him. His voice was de-aged.
Obviously, because his voice is different.
No, but the body, everything else, the body is a different person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought they used de-age because then someone, if you go online, you can look up a YouTube video. I haven't watched it yet, but apparently this was de-aged.
Yes.
And apparently, that's what I heard. But they say if you use the deepfake technology, the deepfake technology did a better job than the
I've seen it. It looks really nice too. Yeah, it's
the deepfake looked better than the de-aged.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, but look, I'm here. I thought it was a bit. But you know what? I'll let it slide.
You know what?
It's part of the story.
I don't. You know what? Anyone who complains about that scene, the whole scene here, because
who cares?
Oh, it looks a bit confusing. You know what? Frack you.
Yeah.
Get out of my franchise.
Yeah.
This whole moment, as soon as that there, it's just like if you did not have the tissues next to you and bawling your eyes out, you are basically the worst kind of human being.
I was like, oh man, this is like.
This is a Luke Skywalker we wanted to see.
Yeah.
And then that whole interaction where oh man, this whole scene, like so many things. And Din Djarin is like Din Djarin asks, "Are you a Jedi?" And he just says, "I am." And then he turns to the
Jedi. Are you? I was waiting for Yoda.
There was that meme. It's just what's the meme? He walks in.
He goes, looking for somebody. Looking, found someone you have.
Found someone you have.
It's like, not this again.
Not this again. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Yeah. That was a great meme, that one.
Yeah.
But Din Djarin saying, he's one of your kinds. I can't remember the whole thing there, but he turns to Luke and says he doesn't want to go with you, and Luke turns around and says to him, he's asking for your permission, and it's just like, oh man. This thing, like, Baby Yoda, you can tell they don't want to leave each other. You can see it. They've really formed that true father and son bond there. Like,
and as us fathers, as we know.
Oh man, this is, like I said, this one really got me. Like I was up at 11 o'clock at night that night watching in the lounge by myself, and the wife was so upset. She's never seen me cry. Just watched it with me. She would have seen me cry for the first time.
I had something in my eye too. So
Oh, I did. It was running down, mate. The tears were running down, and you see him like, this is where he really gets you, because the whole scene he picks him up and he's saying, he's one of your kind, and to go with him, and he says, "Don't be afraid," and it's like, holy shit, Shmi Skywalker saying goodbye to Anakin.
Yeah.
Right there. And then they're looking at each other through the thing, and then John, you see that intense moment, and there's no music. Then all of a sudden,
the Baby Yoda thing.
Is the Baby Yoda theme?
It's a Baby Yoda. It's a Grogu theme. Yeah.
It was the Grogu theme.
It was the Grogu
and then you
theme.
just hear that start to play, and you see Din Djarin in front of everybody. He takes his helmet off. It's that whole Darth Vader Luke scene. I want to look on you with my own eyes.
Yeah.
And it's just, oh man, I'm starting to cry again.
Yeah,
Hopefully the wife's not watching.
It was very it was just reveal of Luke.
If you did not,
and it was just
this here broke you. Like, look, and then this here, oh my god! Like I'm looking at it now, and I've got it's paused the.
And then on top of that, if you didn't feel teary enough, R2 comes in as well on top of R2.
Oh, hang on, not there just yet. But that whole scene, like they're looking at each other, and this is where you got to give it to these guys who built the Baby Yoda prop.
Yeah.
You see, you look at Baby Yoda's eyes. His eyes, they're looking all over his face. You know, the head's turning, everything.
Yeah.
And the whole hand reaching up, touching the face, and and then Din Djarin, he closes up. Oh man, this whole scene.
Pedro Pascal does an awesome job. Just having that face of just pure love for Grogu. So
I know. He just says it's time to go, and that whole saying goodbye to each other. It is just so it's so everything, that whole scene.
Yeah.
And then that's it. He says don't be afraid after he's got his helmet off, and I'm thinking, holy crap, it's Luke and Darth Vader, it's Shmi Skywalker and Anakin Skywalker, and you're just like, holy crap. And it puts him down, and Baby Yoda's still holding his legs as well, uncertain if he really wants to go. And then that's when R2 shows up. Yeah,
if you didn't have enough emotional fortitude, here comes bang R2. Like, oh man, you're like, stop it.
Yeah, you know what? If I'm honest, I think that whole scene with R2 and Grogu, I think that was a little bit too long. If I'm honest, like I like seeing that, but I think the scene went on a little bit too long between. I was like,
what's this about? Like. I bet R2's like, oh, not this little thing again.
Hey, Luke, look at that. It's Baby Yoda.
No, he's like, I've seen you before. I was waiting for the taser to come out. It's like, you better not steal my light from my master.
That whole scene again. Oh, God. But then you flick to that exchange, that whole Luke and Din Djarin, they're looking at each other, nodding, and it's like, we'll take care of him and that's the stuff. And they realize what they're going through. Oh man, the whole scene is just breaks you up.
Yeah,
seriously, I shared a meme today on Facebook. It's just, if you want to find out if she's the one, sit down, watch chapter 16 of The Mandalorian, and if she's not crying at the end of it, dump her ass. And you know what? That is true. If you want to find out if they're the one and they're not crying at the end of that, dump their ass. Yeah. Seriously, it's.
And then the whole walk and the music building up to the lift, and it was just bang, just right on the mark. But yeah,
it was, Luke, Baby Yoda reaches out for Luke to pick him up, and it says, "I'm coming with you now." And you just see it, and it's like, oh, the whole scene really, it really does.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Then Luke says the last words of the franchise.
Yeah. May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you. And, he's just sitting there watching. He doesn't even look. He doesn't even care about his helmet. He doesn't even think to pick it up. He just wants to watch Baby Yoda walk away. Oh, man.
Yeah, it was really good. Really good. Good music. Good.
Oh, it is.
And just,
There's even that shot to Cara Dune as well. Like, you even see her as well, and it's like you can tell she's feeling it too, because even she's come to like Baby Yoda as well, like everybody has.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone was Baby
Yoda. Who doesn't?
Oh man, that whole scene, it just gets you.
Yeah,
it really does.
So they go into the lift. They do that whole pose.
I just told you then too that last scene, not as the Grogu theme, but they're throwing that that Mandalorian theme.
Yeah.
You even seen Pedro Pascal's eyes. You even see his eyes were.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
Yeah. He does it really well, Pedro Pascal, and just the music and that build up to the door closing. It was really well done and top marks. So like after the black screen came up, I started clapping. And I said, "Well done."
Yeah.
Though I've got to say one thing and one thing only.
If you say something that ruins that for me, I'll kick you.
I will. I'll ruin it for you. So the black screen comes up, the door closes, and then Bo-Katan goes, "So the Darksaber."
Oh man!
I was waiting.
That season, you know what? So many emotions. You're in that moment, and then you are right.
Yeah.
Then once it ends, you're like, wait a second. Oh my God, what happens?
Yeah. Like,
Darksaber
you
there.
know it's going
I
to happen.
need more. I need more. Oh,
You
man.
know, once the door closes, Bo-Katan's going to go, yeah, about the Darksaber. So I'm wondering if they're going to start the season.
Why are your helmets off? Boom.
Yeah. That's it.
I don't think so. Like, again, it needs to be one in combat. She couldn't take it off him if, he was.
It's just,
you know,
it's going to be awkward in that room. I just feel it's going to be awkward. Like,
Oh yeah. But,
Jinjaru's like upset.
Though.
Cara Dune's like, oh, and like Bo-Katan's like, when do I bring it up?
Well, this is the thing. See, okay. Well, quickly, we'll quickly talk first about what you forgot to watch. I knew there was something there instantly because I didn't watch on Disney Plus. I had damn it, mate. And then I looked at the runtime and thought, oh, hang on a second, that's too long to have like the credits. And I saw there was like extra time in the end. And then what did we have at the very end?
We'll talk about the end credits now. That's what's going up to now.
The end scene now.
Yeah.
We have there we are, back in what was once Jabba's palace, and then we have. I always wondered if he survived the.
Yeah, that's Bid from Tuna. That's Bid from Tuna.
Bid from Tuna.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gotten quite fat now, and his nails have gotten quite long. He's a Twi'lek. He's a Twi'lek, isn't he?
No, he's a different. He's a different race. I think I can't remember.
Different race.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I thought it was the same.
I think I have to double check on that, but let me just double check.
I thought he wasn't. Is it Twi'lek or Twi'leks or?
Twi'leks.
Twi'lek?
Bib von Tuna is.
He looks like one.
He's a Twi'lek. Yes, he's a Twi'lek. You're right.
Twi'lek. Yeah,
there you go.
Man, did he get fat? Just like Boba, I suppose.
Yeah.
Boba, I thought you were dead. Yes, him and.
And again, they bring up
down.
McClunky.
McClunky.
Yeah. Did you know?
When did they say McClunky?
When they shoot the one of the guys, he goes McClunky. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, stop making McClunky. Yeah, stop making McClunky a thing. All right. But I laughed anyway. I'm like, he goes, no, McClunky.
If you laughed, it's a thing.
Yeah.
If you laughed, it's a thing.
Yeah, I know.
But so Boba kills him, and then there they are, the two of them sitting in Jabba's palace. So it's gonna be interesting. This is obviously a lead into.
Yeah.
I gotta say this. How funny is it when Boba sits down and is it Fennec Shore or
Fennec Shore
or something?
Yeah.
Fennec Shore.
Fennec.
Yeah. How funny is it? She goes and grabs what kind of see. Originally, everyone goes on about blue milk. Now it's all spatchka. Everywhere you go is spatchka.
Yeah.
The blue spatchka.
So yeah.
And it's just
I like how they redid Jabba's palace. That was really nice and
that was cool.
Very authentic.
But Boba's taken over now. Actually, you know what I was? Boba walked out onto the cage platform where the pit below, which had the Rancor pit.
Yeah.
Part of me was almost thinking, I almost thought, don't tell me he's going to whack the button to open the trapdoor for Boba Fett to fall down.
Yeah.
And then Boba's going to turn on his jetpacks and say something stupid like, not this time.
Yeah.
I was almost waiting for that to happen.
Yeah,
actually.
I know.
That would have been hilarious. But he's taken over, and then it tells us about the Book of Boba Fett.
The Book of Boba Fett, yeah. So I've got the logo up on right now. So the John Favreau basically went on Good Morning America the next day and basically said this is an offshoot. It's not season. What people thought the Book of Boba Fett would be the season 3 of Mandalorian. That's not it.
Yeah, I was a bit worried about that.
Yeah, this is an offshoot. It's going to be about stories about Boba Fett. This will come first before season 3. This will be all shot next year.
Yeah, that's what I heard. They're just going to pre-production now for season 3. I think they're already in pre-production of season 2 or something. First Book of Boba Fett.
So the guy,
I don't remember seeing that.
The guy who did that episode where Boba Fett comes back, he'll be directing that one. So yeah, cool. So it'll be very action-packed, the way that I see it. So that will be a whole new spin-off series. So it's not Robert Rodriguez is directing.
Here's a funny thing too, which I want to kind of comment about is going back to when before Luke showed up and the Death Troopers are battering through the door to get through. Now you just know they're not going to be able to open those doors wide enough for them all to come through at once. A part of me kind of thought, well, hang on a second. They got the spear, they got the Darksaber, which they know are effective against the Dark Troopers. I kind of thought that, what stand at the door, they'll create a hole where they get through and just be like, okay, cool, I got Darksaber, come through, chop, come through, chop, come through, chop, come through, chop. I don't know, were they really that much of a threat if they had to use Darksaber? Because you saw what Luke did, and he walked through a whole thing. But if you got like a defined hole,
but Luke's got the Force, you know. He's you know.
No, but you've still got a lightsaber, and you just know that those Dark Troopers are not going to be are going to be.
I don't think they were trying to open I think they're trying to knock the door out. If
they couldn't, though, they would have just been, you know, okay. Physics and Star Wars physics are two different things, obviously.
Yeah.
But generally, if you keep banging along those steel there, you're not going to banging that steel. You're eventually just going to start pushing a small hole through. You're not going to push the whole doors out.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. But again, physics in Star Wars is different.
Again, you don't know. You don't know. I
just thought
that's the thing.
Sure, like
they didn't pick up the Beskar. They didn't pick up the Beskar spear or the Darksaber. They all had their guns drawn, and that's it.
Well, that's what they're used to. That's their default weapons. You know, they're not used to wielding things like lightsabers and Beskar spears, I suppose.
That's it. And that's look, it'll be a whole theory of what would have happened type scenario, and someone will make a video out of it, you know what, and talk about.
No, it's all there. So
someone will do it. So don't worry. I feel like someone will come up with the whole video going, "This is what would have happened if this and X, Y, and Z." And I'm like,
yep.
So I feel like you just don't know. I feel like
you don't know.
Yeah, I think the Dark Troopers will overwhelm them. I don't know, but again, it's all theory based.
There's a lot of Dark Troopers,
and you know they were gonna survive. Anyway,
but moving on, how great was it though? Like the whole 2 seasons of Mandalorian. You know what? This is the Star Wars we've wanted. This is what we want from Star Wars. This is what we want to see.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want to see any more Rian Johnson rubbish.
Yeah.
We want to see this.
Yeah.
We really do.
Absolutely.
This is what Star Wars is. You know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Actually, having said that, do you know the fun thing? The only decent thing, the only real good thing about the whole Star Wars sequel trilogy was that whole part which you tie in. Good movie. I actually minded it. I thought it was great. Am I?
Yeah, break out.
Can you hear me clearly now?
Yes, go ahead. Say again.
It's really hilarious. You know, I've got the Ethernet cable plugged in this time. Go to show you, Australian NBN.
Don't trust it.
Don't trust Australian NBN. The Force Awakens, I still say, is a good kickoff to a franchise until you know, Rian Johnson came along and screwed everything. But when I look at that and I think that whole sequel franchise, when you have that part where Kylo kills Han, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, and then you have that last scene where Han comes back as like a memory, and then Kylo has that whole thing. You know, I don't have the strength to do it. The whole thing basically almost replays word for word. But this time he throws away his Darksaber. Like, you look at that, that's Star Wars right there. That is freaking Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then that's the sort of Star Wars you want to see. The rest was rubbish. And then you go and see what you saw in The Mandalorian, and you know, that is Star Wars. You recognize Star Wars when you see it.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's the only thing that came good out of the whole sequel trilogy was that whole arc there. That's about the only thing that kind of saves it, but if you can even call it saving it. Yeah, this whole Mandalorian, though, it's just really gives me hope for Star Wars in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really does. And with this, Cara Dune, she's supposedly in range to the New Republic. You got the Ahsoka trilogy coming out. I feel like Star Wars is being course corrected, and things are going to start being good again.
Yeah, yeah. So
if we see more of what we got now, it's going to be good.
So my quick predictions of season 3 that I want to see is they continue on with that whole, what happens with the Darksaber is my question. The whole basically taking back of Mandalore. I hope that somehow Bo-Katan and Din Djarin go and do the whole re-siege of Mandalore, take it back from the Imperial Remnant, and we see some kind of closure to that cloning story that Moff Gideon and Dr. Pershing were doing. That's what I want to see.
I would not, to be honest. I think Rangers of the New Republic will take over that whole arc of the cloning and everything like that. I'd actually be happy for that. That would be a great thing for them to kick off into, is to go down that road. Because the way I see it, the Mandalorian shouldn't be...
And we lost Ian. Perfect timing. As always, when Ian talks about rubbish. But that's how I feel like. But of course, Ian's going to disagree on what I believe, and he should be back any
Going
moment.
down the road.
And there we go. We lost you,
I'm
Ian.
back, am I?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. Where'd you lose me?
Just about when you're about to start talking about what
Oh,
I
you
said.
lost my monologue.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think what's going to happen is that Mando's probably going to stay with Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
I think the whole cloning and everything like that whole Moff Gideon, the cloning, everything, that's going to go into the story plot for the Reigns of the New Republic.
Okay.
Because I think they're going to be the ones who are going to be looking in the Outer Rim to find out what's going on. What is this? What does this all mean? I don't think that's something that the Mandalorian should be addressing.
Okay.
I don't think that's something that Mando should be doing. Mando should be theoretically, like, he's a Mandalorian. He should be, hanging out with other Mandalorians, worrying about what's happening on Mandalore, and bringing Mandalorian culture back. And that's. And if you look back to the first 2 episodes, that's what he was about. Like, he went out bounty hunting, and then when he got the money, he brought everything back, and he was all about, give some of this to the foundlings. He gave the, well, even though he had some later on, he gave what he got from the bounty hunting job. He gave it to the armorer.
Yeah.
For her, so that way it could help, with all Mandalorians things. So I think he'll return to that. But here's the real question, though. He took his helmet off. He's a child of the Watch, and the child of the Watch don't believe in removing one's helmet in front of others. And I'm just kind of like, I wonder what kind of Mandalorian he will be now. Like, will we see more of his face in the next ones? Will he be like, that was a thing?
That's the other thing. Where's the armorer? I wonder if they more of his kind find out that he did take his mask off, his armor off, his helmet off.
Well, that's where I feel. I almost feel like I would like to see his arc go down the road of him going down the road to restore Mandalore, him and Bo-Katan. And Bo-Katan, I like to see that whole tension with it. Bo-Katan obviously wants to be ruler of Mandalore, and she wants to unite her people. But I think the idea for her of uniting her people, like, you even see her in Rebels. Like, she was hesitant about being the leader of Mandalore.
Yeah.
She really was. Like, you see her in that, she was hesitant about becoming the leader. And I almost wouldn't be surprised that if Din Djarin does actually want to be the leader, or he might grow into that leadership role to restore Mandalore, I would like to see a whole series about him growing into a role to be the Mandalorian that rules Mandalore. And I'd like to see that she comes to support him and that sort of stuff, and do everything for it. Because for her, it's all about the people. Like, she's more interested in her people than what she is in ruling, even though what happens in the show. The only reason why she wants to rule is because she probably sees that as a means to an end. But she could also see that Din Djarin could be that means to an end. And I'd like to see that play out in season 3, season 4, season whatever, however long this goes for.
Well, we'll
so
see.
that's what I wouldn't mind seeing. It's, her going down that road.
Awesome.
That's what I'm saying. And all that clone stuff and everything, what happens there, let's get the X-Wing pilots back, Reigns of the New Republic. That's where I like to see that go. I like to see it go down there.
Yeah, I like to see Moff Gideon back, that's for sure. That's
naturally. I know that's what you want to see, so, yeah.
Yeah. No, but I'm seeing, like, an actual bad guy. He's even if he's not in the Age of the New Republic, I'd like to see him somewhere else as well, too.
I could see him disappearing because, if I'm honest, that first bad guy that was reporting to Moff Gideon in season 1, like, they just got killed unceremoniously by Moff Gideon. And to be honest, again, if you need a bad guy, he is an actor for a bad guy. That guy, I can't remember what his name is, but he makes it great.
Herzog.
Herzog?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy is awesome as an evil villain. And it's just like you go and watch the first Jack Reacher movie, and you see him in that, and it's just like, he plays the Zek, and oh god, you just know he's an evil villain. And it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. All right, awesome.
Yeah, that's my theory.
That's awesome.
And time for a refill.
Right, time for a refill. And that was it for The Mandalorian season 2. We definitely enjoyed it. Can't wait till season 3. And
if you're playing along at home, you should be this far down the bottom by now, nearly halfway. If you're playing along at home.
And next year will be interesting with the Bad Batch and the Book of Boba Fett. So we'll hopefully be seeing some more Star Wars next year. So
and it looks like we're seeing good Star Wars too. Hopefully. Let's see what happens.
All right, let's go into a very quick year in review, because this year, let's just say, wasn't the greatest for us streaming or content wise. But
there was this lovely thing called sore throat disease, we'll just call it.
Yeah.
Where, it's not like we really had an option to do anything this year, did we?
No, but we did get some good quality events early on in the year. We did do the Armada Regionals or Primes, as they call them.
We had the Armada Regionals at Tez's Games. We didn't get to make it back over to South Australia for that one, did we?
Yeah. No, we didn't go to South Australia for that one. No, we only did the Victorian one.
Ash, no, I easily say words. Yeah, I think I have a trouble spelling words while drinking, so I'm not typing at the moment. So yeah, we're all good, Ash.
Then we also had the X Wing Store Champs as well too. That was streamed as well. We were probably the only store in Victoria to have a Store Champs before the lockdowns happened, and I think.
Really?
Yes.
We got the only X Wing Store Champs.
Correct. Yes, before the lockdown.
Oh wow! I didn't realise we had that. I didn't even think about that.
No, I think one got after their lockdowns, but we were the first ones and the only ones to do it before lockdown. And I think
cool.
Around the world too, we were one of the first ones that.
Oh wow! I didn't even realise that.
Yeah, so we were one of the first there. So some really good streaming there. Definitely with our Armada Primes. I think we did 3 rounds there, and it was a really good day of Armada. Granted, yours truly won here, but no, it was a good 16 players there. It was a good day, and of course Tezza always putting up more than the kit gives in. So he put in 3 times what the Prime kit gave us. So everyone walked away with some really good, decent loot. So a really good day had by all. And of course the X Wing Store Champs was won by one of the Black Havoc guys, I believe. I can't remember off the top of my head. But of course, good day of X Wing for there. Then after that, of course, we had.
That was so long ago.
That was like January, February.
That was March, wasn't it?
I believe.
January, February, because Victoria went into lockdown about March.
Yeah, January was.
And then we came out, and then we went back into it again. Yeah. So yeah, we've pretty much had 9 months of not
we
a
went.
lot.
We went into lockdown, so we couldn't do live streaming anymore. So what did we do there? We turned to good old TTS.
Yeah, well, lucky that I was able to. I found a way. I was able to record a lot of the TTS games for the. We had the Trans-Tasman League. Oh, we had 2. We had a Trans-Tasman League that I ran, and we had
the Anzac Cup.
Anzac Cup, that's the one. It was the Anzac Cup we had as well, where we had. I can't remember how that went. That was so long ago. Go back and watch our previous videos.
Yeah,
but we had one of those as well. I think the same player won both tournaments. I believe. It was David who won. Was it David who won both, or David won the league that I ran?
David won. David won the Australian Nationals.
Then he actually also hosted the Australian New Zealand plus one. I think there was one as well. I think one guy from Ireland joined us.
Yeah.
As well. Actually, I didn't get to play in that one, but he joined me with me league. The league that I ran, but he also joined that one as well, and I think David won both tournaments.
Yeah.
I don't think he won the first one though.
Top mention to Sam for running his triple Onagers with Constantine. I give him that.
Oh, Sam, as far as I'm concerned, Sam's the winner. It's like 3 Onagers with Constantine. We had that. If people want to go watch it, I can't remember which bat rip it was, but you ran that 3. I got recorded 3 Onagers against an SSD, and Onager actually, Constantine and 3 Onagers actually worked against the SSD. It dropped it down to speed 0, I think it did, and it just obliterated it.
Oh man,
it was crazy. It was nuts. I was meant to record another game, and then it was moving a bit slower pace. It was still interesting, but then when I saw the other game, I was like, oh no, I got to switch the camera over to this game, and I'm like, yeah, I've got to record this. It was just awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really was.
Really good top quality games. And I said, it was not just from Australia. Good. It was good to see our New Zealand counterparts joined in, and also an Irish as well. The Mad Cat, was it? I think it was his name. But he does his own videos as well now with his own build list. So if you are...
Oh, does he? I haven't seen his videos, actually.
Yeah, he does build a list. So if you do watch it, I can't remember... He's on the Australian Discord, showing his wares. So Irish Mad Cat. So if you type in
Irish Mad Cat.
yeah,
Yep.
Irish Mad Cat into YouTube, he does build a list episodes. So very very decent. Good. If you have ideas on how to build a list, give him an actual message, and he'll come up with ideas for you. So
I'll give him a list for 3 pelters and 2 hammerheads.
yeah. So
There you go, mate. If you watch this show, I want to see an episode where you do a list build for 3 pelters and 2 hammerheads.
yeah. So
Make it happen.
So then we had another. Then of course LTD decided to run his own Australasian nationals. New Zealand and Australian nationals. Of course, yours truly as well. I actually got TTS by that time and actually joined in and played. And I designed the Leia card as the prize support with the fly casual stuff on there, so that was really well.
Too bad Leia's been reduced in cost, hasn't she?
Well, that was the points. It was actually correct points on it.
Oh, you had the correct points, did you?
Yes, that was the time when we knew
that's right, you did too. Yeah. I think it was that was spoiled, wasn't it?
Yeah,
was Leia spoiled.
That was spoiled when that
spoiled. Yeah.
When Gen Con came out. I think it was Gen Con.
Yeah.
Oh, it was one. Yeah, it was Gen Con, I believe. They showed the.
Well, what was meant to be the Gen Con spoiler was meant to be announced at Gen Con. But I think
they did spoil that Leia was coming down in points. So we David wanted an alt card for the event, and he wanted Leia. So we of course we had to put an Australian spin on it, and she was called Sheila Organa. So we changed the font on that, and of course it's a new point, so everyone got a card of those ones. David won that one, of course, and we had, of course, Irish Mad Cat playing as well, and Mac from Canada. So it was a very international affair for our nationals event, and of course we did the streaming there and had the overlays. It was really good, content.
Yeah, you're stepping up your game. You're doing better than what I was doing. I didn't have a chance to get the overlays going.
I just felt like let's see what I could do a little bit better. Improve the quality. And, I decided to join in and watch the games and add a bit of commentary on the side. And then, of course, the final tournament, which did now, was the Messi Christmas tournament. There was a lot of shenanigans there. Again, LTD won that one again, I believe. He's still running his Corvette Swarm, but with Akbar this time, he's dropped the ramming Corvettes. But again, really good fun.
Well, that's with Akbar, and that's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
That is really interesting.
And Alexei did really well. He did his dual Liberty list. It was very brutal.
Alexei can surprise you with some of the lists he comes up with, and it's just like, oh crap, I got to deal with that, and it's like, oh god, no. Yeah, he does really good with his list building.
I think he came dual first with David, I believe. I'm just getting the results.
Oh,
here.
Okay.
Yeah, he was both 23 points with David, but he had the higher MOV. So he was David 2 and 1, and Alexei was 3 zip.
And Alexei had the higher points.
No, David had the higher points.
Armada scoring, we gotta love it.
Yeah, and of course Ash giving me a list. It's not an ISD Onega list. Yes, I know.
Nothing wrong with the ISD Onega list. just go kill the ISD.
Every man in his dog was running it out. Now, I do recommend watching Clint's game with Sam. It was the Battle of the Simons. This is the game of the tournament. The Battle of the Simons. So basically, it was a dual match with. They both had Tarkin, and they both had 3 Simons, and you think Sam having Sovereign on one of the Simons to change the tokens, that he'd have the advantage. No, it's Clint's dice that give him the advantage.
I've heard about this. He's got his dice tray that he takes, and apparently everybody says he must have programmed something into that dice tray because his dice just seem to be hot on TTS.
They're hot everywhere. I played a game. Yeah, I played a game with him on when was it? On Christmas Eve. I was my ISD was behind his Onega, long range.
Yeah.
Long range.
Long range.
Yeah. He threw because he was obstructed, he threw, because he had Ramadi, he threw...
Ramadi, yeah.
He threw 3 red dice from the rear. How many hits did he get?
6.
5.
Close.
And then he did his side attack with 4 red dice. You know how many he got?
Yep.
5.
God. Clean these dice, what the hell?
Yeah, I know. 2 games, man. Yeah.
Oh.
You and your dice, Clint. I don't want to see him anymore. Nothing with red dice. Stop with your cursed red dice. He's taken your dancing monkey god rolls. He's got them now.
Hey, isn't that what happened? What was it, one of the first days back in the store or something like that? I walked in, like you guys were playing Armada. As soon as I walked in, the next dice rolls, like everybody rolled doubles. It's like I brought my dancing monkey magic to the table, and it's like everybody rolled doubles. Oh man, that was a crazy night. I wish I had that on film.
Yeah. So it's just, Clint, just stop it. All right, stop with your voodoo magic red dice. He prays to the...
Clint's in the game. 2 games, Mars.
Yeah.
Clint's listening. Yep.
Yeah, I know Clint's here. I know what he's doing. Yep. He listens to us.
He's scouting. Yeah.
But
he wants to know if we're talking builds. So let's start on builds next year.
And that's basically our year because we didn't really get much events. We finally got out.
No, there really wasn't. No. Most of our events were really on TTS.
Yeah.
And then we got back to the store recently, and we haven't really had a chance to stream. Like everyone's still a bit unsure about heading out and Christmas and holidays and everything. It's a bit like crazy.
But
really.
We'll talk about 2021 coming up shortly, guys, and what we have planned. We'll have definitely some more streaming, but we'll talk about that later. But that was it for 2020. We had more fly casuals, that's for sure. We still did fly casual, and we're still doing it here now. So probably one of the best things to do. I actually started doing extra work and actually getting my ass into the stream.
Yes, finally, I could take how all the stream works. Somebody else could, the other person who's also responsible for this channel finally picked up his game.
Yes,
it's been nice being able to relax a bit for this stuff.
Yes, I figured, and no, it's fun. It's been fun. I've been enjoying doing this and finding new ways to experiment with the stream. All right, and that's it for 2020. Let's hit some news. All right, so what we found out that is the next Armada Clone Wars wave is expected to be released. This is I've heard some sources. Is expected to release in February, not in January. You expected some kind of material to be out by now, but I believe it will be somewhere in February and with a spoiler article in January. That's what I've been hearing. And what it's only 2 ships they're going to do, not the 4 ships that they originally had planned from that spoiler from Gen Con. And I believe it's going to be the large ships, just the Venator and the Providence class, the Invisible Hand, will be the next release for Armada Clone Wars. So that's probably
going to be the last release, maybe for a while or something, because what are they going to do now that it's changed companies?
Yes.
That's the thing, like how much stock. This is why I'm scared of this actually for both Armada and X Wing and hell, even Legion, because how much stock's going to be available now that it's changed companies?
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's one of the
of
the problems we're having at the moment is Clone Wars stock. We don't have any Clone Wars Armada stock right now. It's very.
But what about X Wing stock? I think we've got the same problem with X Wing stock.
I believe
so.
Like
Terry's having issues getting the same issues, like trying to get X Wing stock again.
Yeah. So Ash is saying expected ferry means July arrives in July. Probably 100% correct on that one.
Probably correct.
But this is what the higher ups at Asmodee want. So, but that's what my sources are hearing. February what year? Yeah, I know. February what year? Yeah, I know.
Well, if you JB, have you read the terms and conditions for 2021 yet?
Yeah,
I've been sent them. I haven't had a chance to read them yet, but I'm hoping they're better than the terms and conditions of 2020. I tell you what. So he's open. Yeah,
nil stock now, nil stock then. Yeah, correct, Clint. So that's the little birdie that's told me that. And also the new Armada kit was spoiled as well, thanks to Brendan at Galactic Conflict. He posted this out.
Yeah, I saw that. We got the SSD mini alt art card, haven't we?
It's actually no. This is the kit. So this has actually got it's all it comes with 3 objective cards. So it comes with fighter, ambush, superior positions, and advanced gunnery in that the Star Wars crawl, the ones that we got before from Primes. Yep. And then the big card is one side has got the Executor 1 class Star Destroyer, and on the other side, I believe, because it doesn't show, but it has a picture of the Starhawk Mark 1. So I presume they're dual-sided.
Man, that's annoying, because how many people are going to get to use the Executor?
No one. No one uses the Executor 1.
I feel bad for the Imperials, because unless you're going to start playing like 600-point battles, no one's going to use it.
No, we use the Executor Class 2. So yeah,
sorry, which is the Executor Class 1 or Class 2?
This one's Class 1. The alt card's Class 1. The one the big.
Because what can we use in 400? We can use
the Dreadnought.
The Dreadnought prototype, and what's the other one?
The Combat Dreadnought.
Dreadnought Combat, but neither Executor.
So Star Dreadnought Command type and Star Dreadnought Assault prototype.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Executor
ones.
It's
kind of bad they didn't rename. It's kind of bad they didn't name like Executor 1. Like, it would have been good if Executor 1 could have possibly been used. Like, keep the same stats, just swap them around. That way, I can have an Executor in 400 points. That would have felt nice.
Well, you got the title card Executor, so.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
So that's the little small news that I got from Armada. But look, there's only 2 kits for the whole year. This one's there's the standard one, and this is the deluxe kit for some weird reason. It's not very deluxe-y, but I hope to see him sometime next year somewhere. Again, I'm not holding my breath on that one.
Yeah, JB, I feel your pain there. Going to fill out gaming 3 years ago. Yeah, no work equals no money equals no gains. It's a hard one to do, though. Yeah. So, yeah, keep out of there, mate. It's just try TTS, because, again, TTS lets you keep on playing. Like, it's not the same as playing on the table, but it keeps you in the game industry, It keeps you, you got to keep playing your X Wing, you have to keep playing your Armada, Legion, whatever you like to play. I'm pretty sure Legion's on TTS. Yeah. I haven't actually looked at it, actually, but, it keeps you going with it so you don't really lose touch with it. So, Give that a try if you can, mate. Yeah,
sometimes Tabletop Simulator is on sale, so it is sometimes half price off. So keep an eye for it when it is on sale. And it basically, even if
it's still only like $30.
Yeah, it's still $30 if you get it for, and also
still cheaper than still
cheaper and they're doing a lot of work on it to make it really user friendly. They've made some new changes on it now, where you can copy and paste your Ryan Kingston list onto there, and it spawns automatically. So you don't need to save objects or anything like that anymore. You just copy and paste a list, and it automatically spawns your list now. So there's some really good work done by Alexi and a couple of other guys there to clean up TTS. And so if you are looking for...
Well, there we go. Apparently, Clint's just turned around and said TTS is sound now. So, yeah.
There you go. So definitely...
Jay, is that you from however long ago? Have you changed your YouTube name recently?
Who's that?
Oh, JB. I'm just thinking, is that Jay Bortello? I can't remember the last name. It's been a while. But yeah, is that you, JB? Have you changed your YouTube name recently? Let us know.
Yeah.
And then Ash is saying, "Oh, JB, you can just watch these." Right.
Yes, watch more of us tryhards. We are tryhards. Yes, thank you for promoting us.
That's true. We are tryhards.
Yeah, Jay Botella. There you go.
It is you. Oh, sweet, mate. Your YouTube name's changed. It's just I don't think I've seen you comment for a while, mate. So, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. It's 2 forks and a shovel into the right hip. Man, that would have hurt.
Ow.
And the other is oh man, that hurts. Ouch.
Ow. Yeah, we're just using Restream, so it just comes up with...
Yeah, we're using Restream, mate, so we can't actually see the same picture. We actually look at the comments through there, so...
Yeah. So what you see on the screen...
It's good to hear from you again, though, mate.
Yeah, what we see on the screen here is we just see a YouTube picture next to your name right now, so... we don't
actually see everyone's profile. unfortunately. It's because we stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So the restream is really good for that.
All right, so let's quickly go on to what we're going to do next year. What I have planned. I know Ian will still continue streaming Armada, and we'll keep streaming X Wing. But I know you're out of X Wing.
Yeah,
right
I'm not really at the moment. I'm not really feeling like X Wing for a while. I've kind of stepped away from it. I know I'm interested to see what the new companies can do with X Wing, because at the moment, just the changes and everything. It's like back in 1.0, nothing changed. Everything new came out. I kept up with everything, and I'd be driving home, and I didn't need a list build. I knew what every card was. I knew what every ship took, and I could just build it in my mind as I'm driving.
Yeah.
But now with the whole, this whole thing with this ship can't take that upgrade. Like, I know it only changes every 3 to 6 months or something like that. It's not, the changes aren't usually huge, but if I'm honest, I really can't put the energy into keeping up with it at the moment.
Oh.
So who knows? That could change in 6 months, but we'll see what happens.
Oh,
but,
I want to give my quick initial thoughts of 1.5 Armada. It's still good. It's still basically the same game. It's still fun. There's just a little bit of changes here and there. So don't be afraid if you haven't stepped into 1.5 Armada yet. It's still the same game that you love. It's just a little bit of differences here and there, and once you figured it out, you'll get used to it. I think one of the hardest things to get your head in is the new evade mechanic. Because a lot of people forget about the whole evade mechanic and what it can do for you now. I've seen a lot of people forget they can burn an evade to do more, even at close range as well too. So it's one of the biggest changes. But it's still the good, fun old game that you still play. So for those people who are still umming and ahhing about Armada, it is the perfect time to come back into the game. And especially for Clone Wars, for new players, it is the perfect time to come in because it's all basically new and fresh. So that's what I've played for 1.5 at the moment. I've only played a month of 1.5, and I'm enjoying it. It gives you a different variety of things that are out there, and instead of using ECMs, I'm using reactive gunnery, as Ian loves right now. So
reactive gunnery, like seriously, why would you bother taking ECMs? You just take ECMs.
You know why I want to take ECMs, Ian? Because Clint always seems to roll that damn accuracy with a red dice. That's why. So yes, Clint, I'm going
against everybody else. You'll take reactive gunnery. But against everybody else, you want reactive gunnery. Against Clint, that's when you want ECMs. So maybe we need a rule in Armada where between each round you can swap out your thing if you're playing against Clint.
I still haven't seen 3 Dictators of shield projectors fully tank builds. Yeah,
I think. Hey, hasn't it happened?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I streamed one of those.
It's
happened.
I feel like Sam's done it. Sam has done it.
I think Sam might have done it, or someone from South Australia might have done that, but I don't know if we got that on stream.
Yeah.
Oh man,
there is talk about 3 interdictor builds, and they can be very viable these days. So
the trouble is, I'll tell you now. The problem is with 3 interdictors. Like, sure, you are a tank. The trouble is, though, you're not dealing damage.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Like, 3 interdictors. Yeah. I think Sam has had some 3 interdictors. I think I might have played against it. I think I might have filmed some. I'm not sure. It was back during the Anzac Cup League. They might have seen some in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I think we were meant to do a match, but I think our match dropped because of internet issues. I think we had problems with it. We're supposed to do it again.
Right.
But the thing which I do notice, though, is that interdictors, 3 interdictor builds, yeah, sure, they're tanky, but you're still going to lose 1. And the problem you have is that you're not having enough firepower to really kill anything.
Yeah.
You're
absolutely.
only doing 4 dice in the attacks. The arcs aren't the best. They're not too bad.
Not too bad,
but
but
the best.
No, the front arc is horrible, but the side arcs is basically the same as the front arc, and it's basically an AEST side arc. So they're pretty decent if you get the other 2 happening. And heavy iron emplacements is a perfect upgrade card for.
It is, it's really
decaps. That being said about all that, that's something I want to lead on to 2021. a good segue into that. So what I'm going to do next year is we're going to do more streaming about with X Wing and Armada, as always. You know, tournaments, Thursdays, Talk Casual is always going to be back on. One of the things that I want to do is run the masterclass, basically on ship variants, like say in Interdictor, on say Hammerheads, and actually have guest appearances from say certain people who are flyers of that ship. So if I'm talking about Hammerheads, guess who's coming in to talk about Hammerheads?
Oh, trash.
Yeah. So
you got trash on tonight.
Yeah, so
watching,
we're definitely going to have...
There's no trash. If you're watching, we'll get you back in.
So trash is going to be a feature a bit more onto the show. Of course, with unboxings as well for X Wing unboxings. He's gonna he's willing to do unboxings for X Wings or any stuff that I don't pick up. So I pick up the Republic and Imperial stuff. He's gonna do the rest and do unboxings. Did you watch the unboxing of the Separatists from Trash?
No, I haven't had a chance to watch that yet. Actually,
watch it.
I've been too busy working.
Watch it. It is some really good work by Trash, and I thank Trash for that Separatist unboxing. I did the video edit for it, and you'll love it, Ian. You'll love it.
Here you go. I like this, JV. You're spot on, mate. The segment could be called "Keep It Trashy." Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
That is it. That's it.
2021. That is it. We're doing the same. Keep it trashy. He is it. He builds trash builds for X Wing. He builds trash builds for Armada.
Yeah.
Keep it trashy.
So yeah,
that is it.
Yeah,
oh man.
Yeah. So that's one of my things I want to.
Mate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send Jason.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to do. I want to bring some people in and actually get them on the stream and have some talk.
Jay, flycasual.batreps@gmail.com. Send us your address, and I'll get Mars to post you out some Armada cards for that, because seriously, that is probably the great.
Oh yeah.
That is probably the best idea I think we've had.
Yeah, yeah. You'll get some cards. So yeah.
Oh, you'll get some Armada cards for that, mate.
Yeah.
You get some Armada cards for that, Don.
Yeah. So that, and then on top of that, I'll be doing some interviews. I would like to get some other people and do some interviews on Talk Casual as well. So that's some things of projects I want to build up to. And of course, again, we'll be still streaming, and hopefully we'll have some live events happening there. But that's it for what's happening in 2021. Anything you want to add in as well that you're thinking of?
I'm halfway through the Wild Turkey Bourbon Whiskey, which is rated at, this is 43% alcohol.
Oh, wow.
For those of you in America, this is 86.8 proof. So I don't know why in America you need to have like a proof system which works out to 200% or something like that. But yeah, so
apparently we have we have the email on file, maybe.
Yeah. I think we've talked on email a few. We haven't heard from you for a little while, so yeah, send us an email with your address, mate, and we'll use some of my other cards if we can.
All right. Yeah. So
cards.
We're coming up to the 2-hour period, and I think we've held people enough for ransom enough. So I think it is time to basically do the draw for the first prize. Will win the Rogues and Villains expansion pack. For those people who were in who read up on My Merry Saltmas giveaway, all we ask you to do is to comment on one of the on the video, subscribe, and like the video. So let's do the draw now and see who's won. I've got a randomizer here. I've got all the
man, I forgot to comment. I could have went up myself.
Yeah, I know.
Need a Rogues and
you need a Rogues and Villains. All right, I'm going to draw it now and see who wins it. And the winner is Souljacker. Such made Souljacker. So Such Maze Souljacker. If you are on, you have won the Rogues and Villains pack. So
congratulations, mate. Cheers.
Oh, it's Games with James. That's funny.
Games with James wins it. Seriously?
Yep.
Oh my god. That's hilarious. How the hell this game? We had a randomizer. Oh, man,
I had a randomizer.
You know what? He's not going to watch it. Take his name out. Do it again. How does Games with James win it? Oh my god.
That's how it works.
He'll be wrapped. Actually, he finds out he's going to be wrapped. He won it. Oh, that worked.
All right, guys. For everyone else, if you could leave, I'll leave comments on your comments for everyone else. I'll ask If you can send an email to us at flycasual.batreps@gmail.com for the people I comment, and ask what card you want. So you have a choice of what card you are after, and I will email them. I will send them by post. I want to email.
Yeah, email the card, you must.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm gonna be that kind of stingy bastard. It's just basically just sends them by, just scans them in and goes, there you go, there's your card.
Yeah. Print it yourself.
Print it yourself. That's it.
Yeah.
So we've got Thrawn, we've got Modi, we've got Garm, the old Garm though. We've got you, Leia. We've got you, Tarkin.
You could probably send everybody old Garm just to get rid of them.
Yes, yes, you can come to my house. I know. Yes, you know where I live. Yes, that's going to be scary.
Hash knows where you live.
That's scary. Very scary stuff.
Everybody knows where I live.
But anyways,
sadly.
guys, if you want to know, I've got Leia, we've got Radis, new Radis as well. But if you need a reference, just look it on our Facebook page on what card you want, and I'll email us or message us on Fly Casual Facebook page, and I'll get the cards posted to you. All right, guys. I think that's it for tonight. We're hitting the almost a 2-hour mark, and I think that's enough for this year. But I want to say, first off, I understand that people, what I hear is people are a bit confused or upset on the AMG situation. All I say is, don't think about it too much. Just enjoy the games that you have right now. We have Armada, we have X Wing. Armada's still the same. You don't need new stuff to play Armada. You can still play the same good old Armada that you have right now. You've got TTS. Just play the games, have a good time.
You've got reactive gunners, so stop worrying about the ECM.
Well, Clint came up with the best idea. He got his 1.0 X-Wing cards and printed the new Armada cards on top of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, wait, sorry. You said X-Wing 1.0.
Yeah, he printed out the new Armada cards from the printer and then stuck them on top of the 1.0 X-Wing cards.
Oh, okay.
So that squadron size.
Yeah, but don't you mean like the Armada one? Oh, the squadron size. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm with you. So so if you want, but that's what I hate about it. I hate the small. I love the big Armada cards. I hate the new small Armada cards. I don't like that. If anything, I'm going to take the new Armada cards. I'm going to blow them up on the computer and print them out and then put them into bigger card sleeves. I don't like the old one, the new stuff.
Did we talk of making an F-bomb for X-Wing with a template that looks like a finger? I don't know. You have to fill us up on that one, but
I think that's something that Rob would love because he loves his bombs.
Yeah.
Send that. If we make those, we'll send those to Rob.
But enjoy. Look, if you can get some games in, get some games in. If it has to be TTS, fine, TTS. If you get outside, play some casual games, enjoy what you have right now. Don't think about the world exploding. That's Ian's job to figure out because he loves prepping this stuff. Don't you, Ian?
Yeah, I love playing with this stuff.
Yeah. So enjoy what we have, guys. I presume news will come out about AMG and what they're going to do. In the meantime, we have an awesome game, awesome Star Wars game. We've just finished on Mandalorian, and it was the perfect way to finish 2020. But anyways, Ian, you got any final thoughts before we go out?
Yeah, anyone have a good divorce attorney? Because after watching the last season, I'm sitting there next to my wife, and she doesn't see me. The tears start to roll down again because it was so sad. And you know what my wife's response was? She was like, Baby Yoda's not going to be in the show? I didn't watch the show for Baby Yoda. What am I going to do? And here I am thinking, a father and a son are currently separating. You've got the whole Shmi Skywalker saying goodbye. You've got Anakin, I want to see your face with my own eye. It's like this whole moment of Star Wars blowing up your face, and all she can care about is the fact that, I can't remember if it was us or Santa, bought the kids Baby Yoda toys, and she's like, "Oh, what about these Baby Yoda toys? Not going to be show. Baby Yoda's not going to be shown. Oh, what is this? Oh, Baby Yoda's going to be." So if anyone has a good divorce attorney, please send one from Australia, please, if you could, preferably one in Victoria, to flycasual.batreps.com. That would be great, because I don't think I can live with her anymore if this is how she truly feels. It's, that's all I have to say.
Fantastic. Yeah, we'll definitely, Lisa. Yeah, you're in trouble. But though, divorce is very messy these days, so you might want to rethink your strategy, and so she'll get half of your gun collection.
Yeah, I know that's a problem.
Yeah.
Was it? I think Terry said the trouble is divorce is more expensive than what it's worth sometimes. So I think the secret is, I think I worked out the secret. Let's see, my kids are 10 and 8. So I'm waiting the 10 years to my son's 18 years old. Then if we get divorced, then divorce wouldn't cost me as much money. And then hopefully I've got 10 years to separate my finances. Now, here's a piece of... My father gave me great advice before I got married. He told me the first thing, I'm going to tell everybody, here's some wise words for everybody, and this is probably going to go way over our time limit, but people need to hear this.
Right.
The first thing he told me was that before you get married, son, all women have problems. Find a woman with problems you can live with. And I've got to say, that is probably the greatest advice I've ever heard in my entire life. The second piece of advice. Yeah. The second piece of advice, and I seriously hope that ATO or ASIO are not listening to us, is that when you run a business, there are 3 books you must run. The one you show the ATO, the one you show the wife, and the real book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
I run 3
correct.
books. And if the ATO does happen to be listening to this at the moment, or possibly ASIO, I only have 1 book, and I am completely honest with everything that I report every year.
Yeah, like they watch our stuff anyway.
Like they watch.
All right.
That's all I have to say. And he's hoping that 2021 is a better year than 2020. I am yet to read the terms and conditions because Google hasn't sent them to me yet. But here's hoping.
All right, guys. That's it for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for everyone who's supported us throughout the year. I agree that this year's been an absolute shitstorm when it comes to streaming content and live events. But hopefully 2021 will be back and with some new ideas, and so also a new alt cards as well too. I'll be working. Good thing I didn't make that strategic advisor Imperial card, because that's not valid anymore. So, but I'll be making other alt cards for definitely new commanders that were affected with 1.5. And any other cards that the community would like to see. But thank you so much for being with us every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whenever we got the chance to stream. And hopefully you'll join us back next year. And Ian and I will be more than happy to listen to your complaints, concerns, demands, threat, ransoms, whatever it needs to be. All right. Now that's it for this year. We're signing off. We'll be back with this will be the last one for this year. We don't know when we'll be back. Probably mid-January, early January. We'll figure out when something comes out, or we have something to talk about, or when I feel like rambling on like I am right now. But that's it for all tonight, guys. And that's it for this year. And remember, like, subscribe, like us on Facebook, and fly casual.